Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Susan Moore at North Colorado Medical Center, and our special guest today is Jason Whaley. Jason is a PA and a hospitalist. Now, Jason, some of us have not been in a hospital in like ever. Is hospitalist a new position?
The hospitalist service is an evolving specialty. It's been evolving now for probably 15 to 20 years. And essentially what we do is provide care for people when they come into the hospital. Years ago, traditionally, most folks would be seen by their primary care provider. But as practices have grown busier, it's been necessary to develop a specialty to take care of people while they're in the house. As such, what we do is we admit patients, take care of them while they're here, coordinate the care among the subspecialties. If you need a cardiologist, if you need a GI specialist, we work with them. And then on the way out, we copy records from your stay to your primary care provider.
Wow, that's a big job.
It can be, but it does help with length of stay for patients. It does decrease the length of time people are in the hospital. And one clear advantage is that while you're here, you have someone who is in the hospital 24 hours a day, where if you were relying on your primary care provider, they would be in the morning and in the evening and would be challenging to get at night or sometimes during office hours.
So you said when people check out, you're there for that too, but could you just give me a typical day of yours? Is there such a thing?
Most days come in about 7 o'clock, find out our rounding list for the day, the patients we're supposed to see. Physician assistants like myself will work with our supervising physicians. We'll typically work with 2 docs per day, and collectively with 2 docs and 1 PA or nurse practitioner, we'll cover somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 patients, plus a few admissions. So during that time, we'll round on patients. As admissions come in from the ER, from outlying facilities, we'll take care of those folks, and typically wrap up between 7 and 9 p.m.
Oh my goodness. Do you think we've pretty much discussed what a hospitalist is?
For the most part.
Okay, I know. It could take days probably to find out all of it. Now, the second item is aromatherapy.
Yes.
And you say yes.
Yes.
Now, my aromatherapy is probably different. I spend a lot of time in my barn with my horses and love it. But tell me how that can help a patient.
Probably everyone can think back to a time when they had a positive experience with a smell. You can think back to grandma making apple pie or something like that, and they can trigger memories. We also know that bad smells have effects too. Open the milk, find that it's not so good, you have that olfactory warning. Well, why not use that to our advantage clinically? And that was part of my ideal in incorporating this with my practice. So with some patients here in the hospital, we have the opportunity to offer them different scents that may be able to help with insomnia, discomfort, anxiety, and the like. So these are options that are available to anybody, for the most part, who's admitted to our hospital.
Do you have a favorite aroma?
Particularly of what we have, not necessarily, but most folks respond reasonably well to lavender and similar scents.
And lavender would be maybe, would that be a relaxing scent?
Yes, for anxiety predominantly.
Okay. Well, what about cinnamon?
Oh, I suppose you could do that, but it's a little more invigorating. If you're in the hospital, you probably want to be resting.
What are some of the other more relaxing scents that you have seen work?
Lavender is particularly good. There is some good science behind it for aiding sleep. Vanilla can be also helpful. We have a variety of things that sort of depend on the patient and the set of circumstances while they're here as to what we use.
Okay, so say someone is always thinking about eating food. I read somewhere that if you smelled chocolate, then you didn't want to eat it. Is there anything to, how can I lose weight? What can I smell?
I don't have good advice on that.
Because we could bottle that, you know, and be millionaires.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. So is there anything else that we haven't asked you that you'd like to share with us? I mean, how much contact you actually have with the patient? Is that?
Oh, quite a bit. The important part predominantly is when somebody comes into the hospital, and we'll spend easily an hour and a half with patients reviewing their records, seeing them, getting all of their orders set up to ensure that they have a smooth admission. But we will see them every single day while they're in the hospital, and sometimes that's 20, 30 minutes per person.
Do they ever want to take you home with them?
Not that they've said.
Well, Jason, I know how busy you are, and I so appreciate you chatting with
Sure.
us. Now we know what a hospitalist is and how important aromatherapy is. With Jason Whaley, PA at North Colorado Medical Center, I'm Susan Moore.